TikTok is the first major company, international company, that is operating from outside the US and is engaging in data management and data flows. It is in that sense that it is posing a challenge to the future of social media control. And in an age where data is a commodity, whoever controls the data controls markets. In an age where data is a weapon, whoever controls data can win the artificial intelligence arms race or engage in complex and challenging practices of surveillance, corporate espionage, and censorship on the internet. It is in this sense that the fact that TikTok is owned by a multinational internet technology company headquartered in Beijing and not in California, named ByteDance, that is posing a lot of concerns for American policymakers. The context that we're talking about potential action against TikTok has to do with recent reporting that came out just last week from BuzzFeed, according to which TikTok was engaging in certain data practices that allow Chinese engineers with connection to the Chinese Communist Party to have unfettered access to US-based data. This includes identifying data around the phones people were using, around phone numbers or birthdays, and potentially even biometric data, like particular kinds of face prints and voice prints. That means that that data is vulnerable to extrajudicial access by security services controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. Now that stands in contradiction to what executive of TikToks have said, including in sworn testimony to Congress, where they promised that US-based data will be off the hands of China. And so that opens up the possibility for various kinds of action by the US government. So you might think about particular DOJ investigations and criminal action, namely around perjury, around theft by deception, or certain kinds of cyber crimes or espionage-related crimes. We can also see action by the Department of Commerce, who might try to restrict certain transactions with TikTok or its mother organization, ByteDance. But what we might also see is attorney generals in each of the states taking action, namely under their data protection and consumer protection laws. And so people will say, well, seems like the FCC will get involved here, but the reality is that the FCC doesn't have the mandate to do so. The commission is only required by law to engage in the cultivation of a robust and equitable communication infrastructure. The FTC, under Section 5 of the FTC Act, has the power to investigate, quote, unfair or deceptive acts or practices, including unfair methods of competition. It is in that context that the FTC has laid out, through its rulemaking powers, various standards relating to data protection, relating to cybersecurity and privacy that businesses must follow. TikTok, in this case, was already the subject of an FTC fine just a couple of years ago in February 2019, where the FTC issued a fine of $5.7 million against TikTok for allegations that an earlier version of the app called Musical.ly violated the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA, which the FTC is controlling and enforcing. It is in this case that we might see similar action by the FTC in the future relating to these kinds of data practices in line with Section 5 of the FTC Act.